Hi friends, welcome to CricSurf.com, and today we are going to discuss the third T20 that has happened between Australia and England. So the first T20 England has won, and the third T20 it was of no importance as in series was concerned, because series was already won by England, but Australia must have wanted to win at least one match so they can have also some winning moments in the series. So we will take you through what happened the last night and how the match turned out in actual. So England once again they started batting first, and they have rested few players. If we talk about Ian Morgan was not playing, and Josh Butler was already, he is also not showing on the bench because uh, he just could not have not followed the corona protocols, covid-19 protocols. He moved out of that covid bubble, and he then was not eligible for the 30-20. So that was a very impactful thing that happened to England, because Josh Butler is in the very prime form of his life, and he has been playing sensational. So his presence was felt in the England team, as they managed to score just 145 runs for the loss of 6 wickets. So in 20 overs, they have been playing good cricket. They have been chasing well. They have chased scores of 190 plus against Pakistan. In the last T20, Pakistan managed to win the match, but they have been batting very great. But in this particular T20, they just couldn't get that ship float with a great speed, and their plane just couldn't take off because they just batted at a constant rate like an ODI innings, and they have not got that impact from the starting of the innings or at the end of the innings that could have fetched him more than like a score around 170 plus. So if we talk about the contributions, Bairstow made 55 runs, but as with the thing with all the other England batsmen, he took a lot of balls. 44 balls he has taken, and then there was some contribution from Malan and Moeen. Moeen was batting very beautifully, and he was caught just at the boundary row by Stephen Smith. That was a very good catch. And from the highlights, if we see that some people are saying that Stephen Smith foot touched the ropes, but that was not the case. That was just the shadow of his shoe. The shoe in actual didn't touch the rope, so that was a clean catch in the end. England also gave chance to Joe Denley, and he didn't disappoint. He hit 3 consecutive fours to Kane Richardson, who has been who wanted a break from the IPL. So he was, I think, with RCB, and he is expecting a child, so he wants to be with his family. That's why he has not opted for IPL 2020. So Joy only hit 3 consecutive fours of the bowling of Kane Richardson, and then there was not much to talk about. Moeen Ali was, if Moeen Ali would have been present till the end of the innings, it could have been a different story, because he can hit Zampa and other fast bowlers very cleanly. But after the dismissal of Moeen Ali, the innings just couldn't take off, and England just managed to score 145 runs. If we talk about the Australia innings, Australia also made some changes. So David Warner was not playing, and they have Matthew Wade coming in, and they have given chance to Mitchell Marsh, the brother of Sean Marsh. So they have made those changes, and I think when the match started and I was looking at the team, and I was thinking, okay, they are playing Marcus Stoinis, they are playing Mitchell Marsh, and Aston Agar is also can bat. Then they have Mitchell Stark. So I thought that in this team that played in the 30-20, that was looking very strong. I don't know if Matthew Wade was replaced. Matthew Wade was a good replacement for David Warner, but the middle order was looking very great with Glenn Maxwell, Stoynish, Marsh, and Agar. So in the starting of the innings, I was having this feeling that Australia has got a really good batting in this T20, in this the third T20, and England will have to fight real well to give a challenge to them. So the chase was not. It was not like that Australia completely dominated England. So but they managed to do good, and the strike rate, the asking rate never climbed too high. It was under control all the time. So Australia also chased in the fashion of ODI cricket, and Aaron Finch but played with a very good strike rate. He made 39 runs of 26 balls. England did get some chances in the middle, but there were two drop catches. One on the bowling of Joe Denley, and another on the bowling of Adil Rashid. Both catches were not very simple, but David Malan just couldn't hold on to those catches, and that resulted. If those catches would have been taken, then it could have given more excitement to the match, but that didn't happen. Mitchell Marsh in particular, he batted throughout and made 39 runs of 36 balls, and he made a case for himself that he can be thought of as a replacement in T20 cricket, and he can be given some chances when needed, because he is a very good build-up lad who can hit big sixes and who can also chip in with few overs. He didn't bowled in this T20. Just the five major bowlers were used by the captain Finch, but he can be used at times when there are some other bowlers who are not doing well. So if we talk about the Australians, Finch, Stoynish also played very superbly for his 26 runs. He played some eye-catching shots, some very tremendous shots. And Stephen Smith also didn't have a very good series. He made 18 runs, and after that he has a forgettable series. He will not like to remember this series as of now. If we talk about the bowling, Tom Curran was very economical, and he also got the wicket. Tom Curran is a kind of bowler who will not look like as he can be that impact, can create that much impact in T20 cricket, but he kind of have those variations in his bowling that allows him to take wickets at crucial times. So he has been the wicket column is always doesn't remain blank for Tom Curran most of the times. Adil Rashid tried to fight from the England side, but the score was not that much, so he took 3 wickets. That's very in 4 overs he just gave away 21 runs and 3 wickets. That was a very phenomenal performance from him. So that was pretty much it. Some more runs at the end could have helped England, but that didn't happen, and in the end that was a very easy win for the Australia. If we talk about the comments, lot of interesting comments have come from the YouTube, and Kuldeep Mahala has written, anybody notice when England struggles to taking wickets, then every time Adil Rashid creates chances for wickets, and many times he takes a strong batsman wicket. So that is very true. He has taken Virat Kohli's wicket also, and he is a kind of bowler who makes impact. And Utkarsh Anand has written, this is due to that England started scoring their runs very slowly in the absence of Morgan and Butler. So both the captain Morgan and the Butler are very impactful players who can play with a very high strike rate at will, and the absence of both of them hurt England big time in this match. And there is a fun fact. Someone has stated that Aston Agar scored more runs than Stephen Smith and Glenn Maxwell in this series. it's not combined, but he individually scored more number of runs than Steve Smith and Glenn Maxwell. So I think a good series. He has also got wickets, and in Australia is thinking that uh, he can be he can provide that balance that is needed in the Australian side, because he can be used as an all-rounder, and he has scored. His batting is very good, and he can also bowl his quota of 4 overs. So some people are objecting to the poor umpiring. Moeen Ali was not out as Smith filters boundary, but it was not the case. It was clearly the shadow of the Stephen Smith's foot. And a very interesting comment from Shekhar Puttar. He said that Stoinis looks like Vidyut Jamwal. So yeah, if you compare the faces, he indeed looks like Vidyut Jamwal, and that was a very good observation from Shekhar Puttar. And some very interesting comment that if you see the highlights at 7 minute 11 seconds, someone has tagged it is the shot of the series, and 10 minute 49 seconds is the ball of the series. So I have not paid much attention to this, but I will go to that highlights video again, and we'll see if he's saying correct. uh, Luke Higgins has written that consolation win that kept our ranking 1. Thank you very much. So yeah, England clinched to the number 1 in the T20 rankings after winning their second T20, but this consolation win has reinforced them to the number 1 spot in the T20. So that was the some comments in the YouTube, and I hope you enjoyed that. Cricket happened last night. If you have not watched the full match, I recommend you to watch the highlights, and then we will come to you again on some other cricket. Till then, stay healthy, stay safe, and keep watching cricket.